So we're going to town today. Kimberly's just upstairs doing her morning workout. She slept in a little bit, so I figured get a head start on getting things prepared. So when you're living remotely, when you're going into town, town is not just 5-10 minutes down the road. Town for us is a all-day adventure, or such as today, gonna be a 2-day adventure. And when we go to town, we don't go down for 1 or 2 things. We have to have a list of things we need to do, and it turns out to be a lot. So for instance, we're going to be going down to get fuel in the fuel barrels, or fuel barrel. I already have 155 gallon drum full of diesel, so I'm good there, and I have half a drum of unleaded, and I'm going to get another one unleaded. But besides that, we're also going to fill up 2 propane tanks plus our barbecue tank. We have to go to 2 places for groceries. We also need to go to the liquor store, get those essentials, and pick up pet food for the dogs, because we do feed them raw, and so we're going to go to a raw food supplier to pick up their 3-month supply of raw food. So these are things that you need to take into consideration when you're living in such a isolated environment, that when you do go into town, you have to make it worth it. So being that Kimberly today has lessons to do, as well as getting all the documents prepared for, such as banking and all the locations we need to stop at, opening hours, we have to kind of schedule it in a way that we hit one place that opens up, and then we go to the next place, to the next place. So after we hit one town, we got to go over to another town because we have chickens on order, and so we need to pick up some feed, sawdust. We need to get some heat lamps for them, so when they come, they can have the proper environment that they need for when they come here. So stay with us, and I'm going to show you what it's all about, getting ready to go into town, going to town, the roads that we have to take, and we got to pack up the 2 dogs as well, and they're going to be spending the night with us in town as well. Speaking of which, here's our tank. Here's our tank. Oh, you want to play? Oh, you want to play? Ready? Oh yeah, he's excited too. So I just quickly thought, since I'm loading the wood, I might as well explain what I'm doing with the wood. So being that we're going to be gone overnight, and the temperature is supposed to fall down to -20, if not more, I'm bringing in a pile of wood here because our neighbor from a mile down the road, yes, neighbor a mile down the road, he's going to be coming in here while we're gone, just to keep the wood burning stove going for us. That way that the water lines don't freeze and the house stays somewhat comfortable. Filling this one up completely as I did. This thing will run probably about 6 to 8 hours on a nice slow burn. And the nice thing about this fireplace is that it recycles the smoke and burns off the smoke, so the wood lasts a really long time. Clean burn, and it keeps the place nice and warm. And being that it's in the basement, heat rises, it only makes sense to keep this one. So now we're going to go upstairs and get some more things ready.
Okay, hi everybody. Just caught me at the tail end of my workout. I'm all finished now. Today was core and cardio, and a little bit of upper body and lower body as well, just to stretch it out and everything. So as Andre mentioned, I slept in this morning, so I still got to get the workout done. So he's downstairs loading wood, and I'm done my workout. I'm gonna go for a shower and get all our paperwork and stuff together, and all of our stuff that we need to take with us to go into town. It's gonna be like a 2-day extravaganza, but it's gonna be fun, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I was gonna say, like, once I finish this cast iron frying pan, I'm gonna just wash my water bottle, so I can wash yours too if you want. So I'll put water and stuff in it. Okay. One thing that we should do before we go, I think, is unplug the internet.
Yeah.
Turn the internet off. Oh my god, look at the view, Andre!
Alright, so truck is packed up. Got the fuel barrel in there. I already have one of those halfway full, but you never know when you're gonna need extra fuel, and the way things are going down right now, you never know when the world's gonna shut down. So might as well fill up on all the fuel I can. I'm gonna get some propane for the barbecue, and as well as the hot water and the stove. Not using much propane right now because we don't use the gas or the propane stove, just because we got the wood burning stove going on, so we're doing a lot of cooking on there. But one thing to point out, when you live in these type of environments, you don't have the luxuries of having recycling coming to your house on a weekly basis. And one of the things we have to also do on our trip into town is take all the recyclables so that they can get disposed of properly, right? So that we're not just having clutter around the house. And then another thing, after I strap the fuel tank in, I'm gonna make sure that I have the chains that I need. I'm gonna also make sure I have a tow rope, because you never know when you're gonna slide off the roads. Sometimes they're clean, sometimes they're not, and you don't know where the road ends and the ditch begins. So it's nice to have that, just in case the person that comes to rescue does not have a tow rope. At least this way you can say I have one and still get pulled out. And the most important, I found in these past few weeks, is to have a chainsaw with you. Because you never know when you're going to have fallen trees on the roadway, and the worst thing is to get down the road 10-12 miles and find a fallen tree on the road blocking your path. You can't pull it any which way, which is actually brings me back to having a tow rope, because you could pull trees off the roads when you need to. But sometimes these trees out here are anywhere between 60 and 100 feet tall, so if it falls across the road in between two other trees on the other road, good luck pulling that out. You have no option but to cut out the tree and just to open up the roadway. So a chainsaw is good to have, as well as some fuel, a fully fueled chainsaw, because sometimes you don't have one tree. We've had up to 6 trees down at one point, and as you can see, today's sunny, so all the snow is going to melt, and then it's going to weigh down all the branches and the trees a little bit more, and then you're going to have trees falling over. So good thing to keep in mind when you're out in these environments. When you're going for a trip, the trip is going to be an all-inclusive trip. So that's getting survival stuff and towing gear, as well as the actual purpose of your trip. So I'm going to get this all strapped up right now and swing around, hook up the trailer, and go back inside, see if Kimberly's been ready or has finished packing up the night bags and all those things. And then she's got her one lesson before we hit the road, and we got about I don't know, 6-7 hour drive ahead of us just in the one direction, and should be a good time. So here we go.
With those directions, okay, you don't have to put the measurements with them, except for the last one, right? Like when it says in your first direction, right, when you say
On our way, right?
yes, on our way. Yep, stopped at the neighbors, got them to look after our fire for us.
Picked up some mail.
Picked up some mail, and now we are on our way into our closest town to do a couple stops before we stop for the evening.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we'll be doing some more running around, and hopefully we'll be heading back up around 1 p.m. or so. We got our radio going off in the background.
Radio. So one thing about living remotely and on these forest roads, you're going to be needing some of that, because you don't want a logging truck coming right at you and you not knowing. Could be something bad.
just for road safety, which is nice. But yeah, got the radio going. So
down 90 pickup.
Got a call every couple kilometers.
Down 98.
Make sure that everybody is where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a different system with this radio. That's the only way you know where people are and where they're coming from and where they're going to. And if you don't let them know, well, you can't get mad at anyone. Or if they don't let you know, you can give them the one finger salute, I guess.
Yes, true. All right, yeah. So we'll stop at our third stop for
some gas, and then get some gas, and then yeah,
onwards we go.
All right. Well, we got a couple more hours. We'll tune back in later. Is that breakfast? Yes. Oh, yummy breakfast. All right, I need those gloves so I can go clean off this truck.
And we are on our way back. We got everything done that we needed to get done, minus a couple bumps on the road. It didn't quite work out the way we wanted, but that's okay. One thing that I'm super extra excited about is that we now have the bakeware, or should I say I now have the bakeware that I wanted to have in order to be doing some baking with bread and pizza and veggies and salads and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited to be trying those out. We finally got the proper ones. Didn't have them at Costco, didn't have them at Walmart, didn't have them at, where else did we go? Real Canadian Superstore, and we didn't have them, I don't even remember where the other store was that we checked, but didn't have them there either. So shout out to Homestead, because they're the ones that actually had the tools that we needed and had the utensils as well as the pots and pans and stuff that we needed, that I needed for baking. So super excited, yeah, and then some.
And then some. All the
I
extra
almost went on a shopping spree. There's a little bump in the road. I almost went on a shopping spree in Homestead just because I was so excited about the fact that they had all of this carbon steel bakeware that we could use inside the oven. So anyways, yeah, we are on our way back, and it's been an adventure. It's been for almost 36 hours that we've been away from home, so looking forward to getting back and letting the dogs out and getting all the groceries unpacked and everything that we need to get done at home. So just thought we'd give you guys a quick little update, and yeah, our town trip is coming to an end within the next probably 2 hours or so. Another little ways to go yet. So
then the unloading happens.
Yeah, then the unloading happens and everything else, and then we gotta cook dinner and all that stuff. So good times. But we'll check in with you guys at some point later. All right, so we are like minutes from our driveway, and it's been a long journey. It's gonna feel so good to get home, but no relaxing quite yet because we have all of this unpacking to do. So we'll step on it once we get home. And here we go.
Are we gonna make it this time? We're gonna make it this time?
Yeah, we better.
Oh, giddy up! Ham your heart!
That's oh, we made it. Almost there.
And we're here.
Perfect.